I need you to imagine something. Imagine handing someone you love the keys to your house, only to come back and realize they've set fire to it while smiling in your face. That's what betrayal feels like. That's what my sister did to me. It started with something so small, I almost laughed it off. My father, his hands still stained with oil from the garage, pressed a credit card into my palm one morning. He scribbled the pin on a scrap of paper and said, "Elias, order me that Devaro watch tonight." Website wouldn't take my details. I slipped the card onto my desk, laced up my boots for work at the docks, and thought nothing of it. That was my first mistake. By the time I dragged myself home that night, bone-tired and dreaming of a shower, I remembered the watch. I typed in the numbers. Declined. Tried again. Declined. Then I opened the account balance, and that's when the ground dropped out beneath me. Not a few hundred missing. Not a typo. No, thousands, erased in neat, bold lines across the screen. Designer boutiques, airline tickets, beachside hotel reservations. My father's sweat, my father's years drained in days. The floorboard creaked, and there she was, my sister, Marin. Fresh from a shopping spree, glitter still clinging to her jeans, swinging a glossy bag like it was a trophy. She smirked, tossed her hair, and said, "Like it? Tomorrow I'm off to Huntington." I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was too absurd for words. Her smirk faltered. "What's so funny?" And then our father's boots thundered down the hall. He stormed into the room, his face the color of rage itself. His voice cracked the walls. "Who stole my $20,000? The bag slipped from Marin's hand. Tissue paper fluttered across the rug. And in that frozen silence, I realized something I had always feared but never admitted. This family would never be the same again. The days that followed crawled. At the port, I hid behind cranes and cargo, stacking containers and burying myself in paperwork. Work was simple: metal, numbers, tide charts. People didn't lie to you. People didn't smirk while they stole the ground from under your feet. Marin lived in another world. Neon bars, champagne glasses, mornings spent in bed until noon. She was the golden one, the charmer, the daughter who made our parents beam with pride. Marin lights up a room, my father used to say. She'll find her way, my mother always added in me. My victories: clearing a shipment through customs, saving a client thousands in delay fees. Earned polite nods, nothing more. I told myself it didn't matter, that I didn't need applause. But deep down, the resentment sat heavy, waiting, and when I saw the proof on that account statement, I knew the tide inside me had finally turned. The truth is, the theft wasn't sudden. It had been building for years. Missing 20s from my nightstand. Gas money gone. Marin always brushing it off with that same grin. "Relax, Eli. I'll pay you back." Sometimes she did, handing me a crumpled bill weeks later, as if that erased the debt, that I swallowed it down because our mother begged me to. "Don't keep score," she said. "Family doesn't keep score. But family isn't supposed to rob you blind and laugh while they do it." That night, the confrontation came like a storm. My father slammed the receipts onto the table. $20,000, he roared. "You think I work my hands raw for this?" Marin tried her tricks, tilting her chin, flashing her practiced smile. "It wasn't like that. The card was sitting out. The pin was right there. How is it only my fault if Elias left the door open?" But her voice cracked. For once, the armor slipped, and this time, no one rushed to shield her. The sentence wasn't prison. It was worse than my father made her sign a repayment contract, line by line, her signature jagged at the bottom. Every cent she earned would go back to him until the debt was gone. She called it ridiculous. He called it justice. That I'll never forget watching her the next morning. Hands blistered from 12-hour shifts in a warehouse, her designer clothes pawned off for grocery money, her friends vanishing one by one. The glow that had once made her untouchable dimmed to nothing. And for the first time, I saw my sister without the spotlight. Just a girl, stripped bare by the consequences she thought would never come. The final break came on a Tuesday. She shuffled in with a folded letter in her hand. Termination notice. Fired for lateness, carelessness, excuses. Dad didn't yell this time. He just set the paper down and said, "No more chances. Find new work or leave this house." And the shock wasn't his words. It was our mother's silence. The woman who had defended Marin every time, who had always made excuses, nodded instead. Her voice trembled, but it was firm. "He's right. We can't keep pretending. The shield was gone. That night, Marin packed her bag. No speeches. No apologies. Just the sound of drawers closing, zippers rasping. By dawn, we drove her to the Greyhound station. The bus hissed, doors closing, engine rumbling. And just like that, she was gone, relief and grief twisted together inside me. I wanted to reach for her. But every stolen bill, every smirk, every dismissal held me still. Life inside our house shifted after she left. Meals were quieter, steadier. My father lingered at the table for once. One night, he looked at me and said words I've been waiting for all my life. "You've never failed me, Elias." I should have said that sooner. My mother changed, too. She started volunteering at a financial literacy clinic, helping other families protect themselves from fraud. Maybe it was her way of atoning, and me? I finally launched my own small consultancy. It wasn't flashy, but it was mine. Every client, every dollar earned honestly. The repayment contract still sits in my desk drawer. Not as a weapon, not as a grudge, but as a reminder. Because here's the truth I want you to hear. The lesson I bled for. Boundaries are not punishment. They are protection. They are the anchors that keep you steady when the people closest to you become the storm. And I learned that the hard way, by loving someone who mistook my silence for permission.